Welcome to our review of the Logitech Artemis Spectrum G633 and G933. You guys may have seen my video here where Brandon and I checked out the Logitech design facility in Camas where they actually developed these headphones. That was an awesome trip and was sponsored by Logitech. You may have also seen the sponsor spots that we've had on the WAN show and in some standard content as well. This video, however, is a review, and because of that, it is naturally not sponsored by Logitech. Usually we have a review of a product up before we start doing any sponsored content for it, but this was not the case here. This won't change the actual review, and spoiler alert, while I think they're mostly quite good, they're also not perfect. So yeah, Logitech thinks they're going to sound great, have great voice, and be very comfortable. Let's see if that's true. These two different headsets are more or less actually the same thing, both featuring Logitech's 40mm Pro G driver, 16.8 million color RGB lighting, swappable side panels, coming with stock-looking Logitech ones by default, Logitech G key macro buttons on the back of the left ear cup, multi-platform support for PC and modern consoles, Dolby Digital and DTS technologies inside which you can swap between or turn completely off in the software suite. But there is a core difference here, and that is that the G633 is a wired and can mix two audio signals, one through the 3.5mm jack and one through the USB connector, while the G933 is wireless and can mix three audio signals, the two previously mentioned and another through the wireless band. The audio mixing is basically Logitech allowing you to use all of your different available inputs at once. This may sound understandably weird at first, but the idea of being able to mix in your computer and your TV, your record player, could be cool to you, and being able to keep your headset on while playing a game and simultaneously ordering pizza is pretty rad as well. I don't expect even a majority of owners will even use this feature, but it's neat nonetheless. The Logitech gaming software is where you control the fun things, like the RGB controls allowing you to change their color, whether or not they're solid color, breathing, or cycling their colors, the rate at which they complete these various actions, what zones they're on, their brightness, etc. You can also switch between Dolby Surround, DTS, or just turning all the digital stuff off. You can also choose to run an arrangement of different equalizer profiles or go full custom and tune it as you'd like. Speaking of tuning it as you'd like, you can configure your G keys to do basically anything. By default, G1 is cycle effect, G2 is switch surround sound off or on, and G3 cycles through EQ profiles, leaving us on the back left ear cup with a switch that goes between the 3.5mm and USB inputs, a scroll wheel for volume, and a mute button for the mic. You can also mute the extendable boom mic by just putting it back into its elegantly hidden hidey hole place. And the mic does sound very good for a gaming headset. I don't necessarily think that it competes against something like a desk-mounted microphone, but for something in a whole package that's nice and can be hidden away, it does quite well. In terms of the audio quality of the cans, your mileage may vary depending on what mode you have them in terms of Dolby, DTS, or nothing. I can say with confidence, however, that they're pretty great, a leg above the Logitech G230 and 430, and most things in their category. But that being said, that should be expected, as when looking at their price, they're getting pretty close to some of the most expensive gaming headsets that there are available. Now, how about comfort? In a standard seated position without much movement, I would say they feel pretty awesome. The material used feels great. They breathe well. I have no issues with heat. Wearing them for an entire day was no issue at all in terms of that scenario. I specified without much movement because, unfortunately, I'm unable to even have the bold enough attempt to drink water without them probably falling off my head, as they don't really hold on very well. It's uncomfortable and a little bit annoying. I tested this on some team members around the office and found that Taryn, Nick Van Berkel, John, and myself all shared this experience and had major problems with it. Colton and Nick both had light problems with it to some various degree, and Linus alone didn't have any problem with it at all. What does this mean? Well, it means that there isn't necessarily an easy answer. They sound quite good. The mic is solid, although there's some people online that are complaining about it like working at all. They're quite durable considering they still work just fine and aren't damaged despite the amount of times they've fallen off my head and onto the floor. Logitech made a lot of great choices here, and I believe that these are a great step forward from their previous headsets. While they're comfortable and breathable, I find that the padding is too slippery. That, coupled with the weight distribution largely being behind the headset, makes some kind of weird results, despite how cool they look.
That's actually weird.
But what does this mean for you? Well, considering our testing was a little bit random depending on who the person was here, I would suggest, if at all possible, trying them on. If you live near a little tech shop that has headphones on display, these are probably going to be fairly popular considering they're from Logitech, so they might have them on display. I would recommend trying them on. If they're fine for you, great. A big part of the problem too is that they kind of slide. So even if I put them on and they happen to not fall off, if I hold my head there long enough, they will eventually fall off. Whoa! So, I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments down below if I was too hard on these. Do you already own a pair? Do you have any problem with them falling off your head at all? I don't know. Let me know on the comments down below or on Twitter at Luke_LAFR. If this video sucked, you know what to do. But if it was awesome, get subscribed, hit the like button, or even consider supporting us directly by using our affiliate code to shop at Amazon, buying a cool t-shirt like this one, or with a direct monthly contribution through the forum. Those guys got the Christmas album for free. Yay, they finally got something. Now that you're done doing all that stuff, you're probably wondering what to watch next, so click this little button in the top right-hand corner to check out the Christmas album, the thing that I just mentioned. We sang songs horribly, but it was kind of great.